Akiba is empty again today. Having a stroke. The otaku have all made their exodus to Kamama for the second day of battle. But come nightfall, they will return to Akiba like a victorious army laden with spoils, and the streets will be chaos. I know Daru's gone to Kamama. The question is, has Mayuri? I hope she has. I want things to be normal again. I remember what I heard yesterday. The feelings Mayuri expressed at her grandmother's grave. The events of the last few weeks have affected her as well. I really wish I could scratch my leg and not have this chair squeak repeatedly. Yeah, after I escort Mayuri home from the cemetery, I spent the whole night racking my brain for a third option. A way out of this mess. My thoughts were a jumble. Ideas coming and going too fast to judge which were the right and which were wrong. But of course, there isn't a right choice here. For in the end, it always comes back to the same question. Who do I let die? And no matter how I try to dance around it, the answer's always the same. I can't choose. Is there no one who can make this decision? No. Even if there were, I know I'd never accept their choice. Whichever it happened to be. Once again, I'm heading for the roof of Radicon. I have to get out of the lab. Mayuri or Kurisu might return at any moment, and I can't face them now. I look up at the sky. The clouds are dark and heavy. It could start raining at any minute now. I thought that I was alone, but someone was here before me. Kurisu was lying in the middle of the roof, arms and legs spread as if making a snow angel. The image of Kurisu in a pool of blood flashes through my mind. Is she alright? I run towards her, but before I make it halfway, she suddenly sits up and turns to face me. Okabe. You're alive. What a dumb thing to say. Fortunately, it looks like Kurisu didn't hear me. She's busy combing her disheveled hair with her fingers. I breathe a silent sigh of relief. Right. I forgot I might run into you up here. What were you doing? Thinking. Oh. What was she thinking? Was she thinking about her death? I don't know what to say, so I keep my mouth shut. Kurisu appears to be in the same boat. She's staring at the capsule toy dispenser in the corner, her face wearing the usual frown. The awkward silence drags on. When you think about it, Kurisu's fate rests in my hands. My decision will determine whether she lives or dies. Fantastic hypothesis yesterday was a desperate attempt to construct a scenario where she doesn't die. Even if she believes that theory is correct, it must be difficult for her to avoid imagining her own death. I force a smile. I'm getting really uncomfortable here. Looks like I'm in your way. I'll just go. Oh, okay. Damn, I was expecting a sarcastic remark like, since when does a mad scientist have manners or something? Just then, something cold lands on the tip of my nose. And I look up, raindrops start landing on my forehead. An evening shower. It's only going to get more intense, and quickly. Kurisu hasn't moved a muscle. She's just standing there with her arms folded, staring at the ground as if she doesn't notice the rain at all.
Oi.
Hey! Raining! Huh? Oh, yeah. She's acting strange, like her mind is elsewhere. I knew it. She's been thinking about... What? In less than a minute, the rain turns into a full downpour. We have no time to seek shelter. What the Kurasu's scream is drowned out by the roar of the rain. What a surprise. That's what you get for tempting the sky gods. Now safely inside the building, we take a moment to catch our breath. It's been a week since Suzua's time machine disappeared, but Radakan is still closed. The lights are off, and it's pretty dark inside. You should have warned me sooner. Even my underwear is soaked. Same here. I bet you're glad it's dark, huh? What do you mean? If the lights were on, I'd be able to see everything. Even in the dim light, I can tell that Kurisu is scrambling to cover her chest. I forgot that you're a perv, too. You were the one who announced that your underwear was wet. Just drop it! You're imagining what color my underwear is, I'll kill you! Didn't he already look like in, chapter 1? I'm not imagining anything. She's too self-conscious. But the color of her underwear, huh? It's gotta be white. Oh, that's adorable. Gold? I'm not stripping naked if that's what you're suggesting. Your perfect tricks won't work on me. Who said strip? Calm down, would you? If you want to strip, go right ahead. I can't make out your scrawny figure in this light anyway. Another word and I'll make you eat your cerebral neocortex with ponzu sauce. Sorry. Please spare me that horror. Still, these wisecracks are a welcome distraction. A storm like that shouldn't last long. Guess we'll just wait it out. I see Kurasu's shadowy form move to sit on the staircase. I sit next to her. Hey, get your own stair! What? You're the one who said not to speak. You're too close. Don't come any closer, okay? You can stay where you are, but come any closer and I'll push you away, okay? Our bodies gradually grow cold. It's a cold really strangely there, whatever. We start shivering. Maybe I should take off my wet clothes. But if I do that, Kurisu will just call me a perv again. Better not. My eyes gradually adjust to the darkness. I can see Kurisu more clearly now. She's huddled up against the wall. Don't look at me. Impossible! How can you see where I'm looking? Does she have infrared vision? So you were looking. Damn, she used a leading question on me. That's such a high-level technique. I avert my eyes from Kurisu and take off my lab coat. That's when I notice my coat is torn at the shoulder. Damn. Must have cordial on something when we ran inside. What are you talking about? Just a little tear in my coat. Is clumsiness one of your character traits? Don't be ridiculous. I am a mad scientist. I bear the curse of insanity, not clumsiness. Seems like forever since I've talked to Kurisu as Hyoin Kyoma. Yeah. Kurisu suddenly holds out her hand. Give it here. What? I happen to have a sewing kit with me. I'll stitch it up for you. A sewing kit? You? Something wrong with that? I hand over my coat as asked. You're an experiment-loving girl. You're not supposed to be... domestic? Can I be a domestic experiment-loving girl? You? Domestic?
Relatively, maybe. Well, actually, I don't know the domestic index for Japanese high school girls these days.
There's an index for that. First I've heard of it. Kurosu skillfully threads the needle, despite the darkness.
It's wet, so it's kind of hard to thread.
Did you really just happen to have that on you?
Get over it already. Is it really so wrong for me to have a sewing kit?
It's not wrong, it just seems like you planned for this.
So you're saying I brought it with me because I somehow knew your coat was going to get ripped? Uh-huh. Ridiculous. Before you have the wrong idea, I'm not fixing your coat because I want to or anything, okay?
Nice tsundere line.
Don't mock me. You just happen to have a tear in your clothes, and I just happen to have a sewing kit handy when you did. It's coincidence. That's all.
Coincidence. Hey, you didn't time leap, did you?
So now you're saying I went back in time for the sole purpose of repairing your stupid lab coat. Uh-huh. Ridiculous. Ridiculous! It's so important I said it twice. Comprendes?
You're right. If you had time leaped, you would have brought a towel, not a sewing kit.
What's that, sarcasm? All you do is complain.
After working for a while, Kurosu cuts the string with her teeth and then hands me back my coat.
Here.
Thanks.
By the way, it was dark, so I couldn't really see. If it turns out bad, it's not my fault. It was dark. That's all. Oh, and I hope you like the color, because I have no idea which thread I used.
It's random?
Black, red, or pink. Those are the three possibilities.
Let's just hope it's not pink. Cold?
I guess.
Take my coat.
But it's wet.
Well, yeah, but... Silence again. The words flow so naturally when it's just harmless banter, but 1 second of silence and suddenly we've nothing to say. It must be because of what happened yesterday. I'm so desperate to avoid the topic that nothing seems safe. I know I need to say something, but what?
Have you made your decision yet?
Her voice is barely a whisper, but I can hear her clearly in the silence of the empty stairwell. I look at Kurosu. She's hugging her knees to her chest, presumably against the cold. My decision. I know what she means. That's why I can't answer.
You still haven't made up your mind? You like Mayuri, don't you?
What? Where did that come from? Kurosu keeps staring into the darkness.
It's probably just my imagination, but lately I've been seeing things. Like a strange sort of deja vu.
I was gonna say, I feel like I'm having deja vu hearing this fucking line.
In these visions, you're fighting to save Mayuri all by yourself. You never give up, no matter how much it hurts.
Kurosu too?
Then you come to me for help. You're so desperate and so earnest that I just have to do what I can. Not that I'm doing it for you, okay? I just want to save Mayuri, that's all. Anyway, these images are stuck in my head like memories.
So Kurisu's the same. She still has faint memories from previous world lines.
I tried self-analysis. Maybe I'm mistaking dreams for reality, projecting my hopes and fantasies. I don't know. But there's one thing I do know. You have to save Mayuri.
Aren't you afraid? To save Mayuri, I must undo the current world line. If I do that, Kurisu will die.
No. Kind of feels like we're trapped in an ancient ruin.
Kurisu suddenly changes the subject. She looks around the dark, empty stairwell.
Like the world ended. We're the only two people left. I've been thinking. Say you go back to the Beta World line, and everyone else goes with you. What if I can't go with you? What if I'm the only one left behind? Will the entire world become like this place? It's just a theory, but I can't help but wonder.
I need to say it. I'll save you. Not just Mayuri, but...
Don't make promises you can't keep.
Kurisu cuts me off sharply and then buries her face in her knees.
You asked me if I wasn't afraid. Of course I'm afraid. Maybe I'll disappear. Maybe I'll be left behind all alone. Or maybe you'll disappear and everything else will stay the same way. Then the world will continue and nobody will even know that you existed. I'll go back to America as if nothing ever happened. Maybe. I feel hopeless just thinking about all the possibilities. But even so...
Kurisu raises her head and spears me with her glare.
Do you think I would tell you to let Mayuri die?
Kurisu?
Jesus, it's cold.
Kurisu grabs her own arms. In the darkness, I see her shoulders shaking.
It's because of these wet clothes. This sucks. Anyway, enough of this nonsense. It's nothing but conjecture. Baseless. Worthless. I want to cut open my skull and excise the part of my brain that comes up with these delusions.
Now she's talking to herself in an angry tone. Kurisu has always been calm when faced with the unknown. I admired her for that. I thought she was facing this calmly too. But I was wrong. Behind her cool facade, she was struggling to cope with the knowledge that her very existence was in jeopardy. She was fighting that fear all alone, and now it's finally come to the surface. Of course she's afraid. However brilliant she may be, she's still just an 18-year-old girl. Kurisu abruptly stands up. I realize that I no longer hear the sound of rain pounding on the roof.
Listen, Okabe. You can't save the both of us, correct? No matter how you struggle, it's one or the other.
But...
No buts! My answer won't change. Save Mayuri.
I hear the pain in her voice, and also the resolve. Kurisu's made up her mind. I look away and clench my fists. My nails dig into the palms of my hands. Are you telling me to give up? To abandon you? I could never do that!
You can, and you must! There's no other way!
No, you're a friend! I won't abandon you!
Okabe!
Kurisu drops to her knees and grabs me by the collar. I gasp for breath as she stares into my eyes. Her eyes are hard and stern. It's always like this when she scolds me. Always the same glare.
Is there another solution? There isn't, is there? I don't want to live if it means sacrificing Mayuri. If you don't save her, I'll never forgive you!
This can't be happening. I hate this choice with no right answer. I hate the universe for being so cruel. And most of all, I hate myself for forcing Kurisu to speak these words when she's the one with most to lose. Tears well up in my eyes, but I bite my lip and hold them back. Is there really no other way? I can't bear it. I look straight back at Kurisu as she holds me by the collar. And tightly embrace her slender body. Her clothes are still wet from the rain, but all I feel is warmth radiating from the core of her being. But you're right here. Why does it have to be this way?
Kabe.
Tension drains from her back and her hands. She gives her whole body to my embrace.
Thank you. I know you're hurting for me. But you've done enough. I'm fine, so just think about Mayuri, okay?
Despite her fear, Kurisu's made her choice. It's time for me to do the same. I need to decide, here and now, the future of the world. Which friend to let die? Holding Kurisu tightly, I whisper in her ear. I'm sorry. A meaningless apology. I want to save Mayuri. More than anything. These words are a death sentence, but I force myself to speak them. It takes every ounce of willpower I possess. I can't save you.
I know.
When I finish, I feel as if a great weight has left my shoulders. And at the same time, as if 1,000 needles are stabbing into my heart. Kurisu weakly returns my embrace. Then she lets go and stands up.
Well then.
There's already a look of relief on her face.
I'm heading back.
Back? Where? To America?
The lab, of course. I need to dry my clothes. I want to take a shower, too.
In that case, we should go back together. But before I can suggest it, Kurisu beats me to the punch as if she read my mind.
You stay here and soak for a while. Understand?
We can't go back together. That's her verdict. Understand. I hang my head and shut my eyes. Kurisu's footsteps fade into the distance. I wrap my arms around my body. Even though it's summer and I'm sweltering hot, I can't stop my body from shaking. I realize that part of me is relieved that Kurisu left alone. At least I won't have to face her again, to look upon the face of a girl that I chose to die. I'm a coward. My self-loathing echoes in the darkness. I wait about 2 hours before returning to the lab. Kurisu is already gone when I get there. Cease to inquire what the future has in store, and take as a gift whatever the days bring forth. Horace, Italian philosopher.
I'm going back to my hotel. Do what needs to be done. Good night.
Why, Kurisu? All she left is a single email. I sit down on the sofa. While drying my hair with a towel, I look at the PC in the corner of the room. It's already connected to the IBM 5100, ready for Daru to start hacking. I already got in touch with him. The hacking starts tomorrow at noon. I drove myself even further into corner by telling that to Daru. Now I can't turn back, no matter how much I want to. I chose Mayuri. I will let Kurisu die. Showering didn't soften the wrenching pain in my heart. In truth, I'm riding on Kurisu's resolve. Mine is still a flimsy thing. I can't help but wonder, is this really okay? Really? Anyone here? God, it's really hard to do the Mayuri voice when I'm on the verge of tears. Mayuri opens the door and enters. For a moment after she catches sight of me, she looks ready to burst into tears. But that quickly gives way to a smile. It's Ocarine! What's up?
Oh, nothing. I just decided to stop by.
I swallow hard. Maybe I should explain the situation to Mayuri. I know she'll feel guilty if I tell her. Mayuri doesn't need to know. Everything will be okay as long as we crack Sen's database and reach the beta world line.
No, I haven't talked much with Ocarine lately. But you know, I don't want to be a burden on Ocarine.
Can I really let it end like this? Shouldn't I tell her what Kurisu is sacrificing for her sake?
Did you take a shower?
Mayuri moves behind the sofa, grabs the bath towel on my head and starts rubbing my hair dry.
You smell good, like shampoo.
I didn't mind the towel so much, but then she buries her nose into my hair and starts sniffing. Ah, never change, Mayuri. Stop that! I jerk my head away. Mayuri goes back to drying my hair.
You know, I didn't go to Kamama today.
Hmm? Why?
I was thinking about Ocarine. When I got to Ariake, I remembered how sad you looked and I thought, I shouldn't be having fun at Kamima. So I turned around and came all the way back.
Oh. Sorry for making you worry. Should I tell her? Or should I keep her in the dark?
You know, I haven't talked much with Ocarine lately. Maybe Mayushi's getting a little lonely.
Mayuri, how would you feel if I said I was keeping a secret from you?
You mean like, Ocarine and Christian are actually dating?
Where did that come from?
Ocarine and Christian get along really well, right? I think you two are meant for each other.
Don't fucking say that now! Why does my everything hurt?
そんな話をしているんじゃないんだ。
No, it's nothing like that.
Oh. Okay. You don't have to tell me everything if you don't want to. Besides, it's normal to keep secrets from your hostage.
そんな話をしているんじゃな
This
い
isn't
んだ。
the time for that. Mayuri's hand leaves my head. I look over my shoulder in panic, thinking she wandered off again. She's there. I grab her hand, perhaps more forcefully than I meant to.
Mayushi doesn't want to be a burden.
Again.
So I'll wait until Okarin's ready to tell me. Just like I said yesterday, remember?
一生言わ
And
ない
if I
かもしれな
decide
い
to
ぞ
never tell you?
Well, I'd be curious. Really curious, but if that's what you want.
その隠していることが
Even if my secret involves you?
Mayushi?
俺はお前を傷つけたくなくて
I haven't told you because I don't want to hurt you.
話さないでいるんだ。
Is that why Okarin looks so sad all the time? Then I do want to know. I don't like it when Okarin's sad.
それでお前は
Even if it means you might get
傷つ
hurt?
いてもいいっていうのか。
Mayuri replies with a gentle smile.
Yeah.
She nods without any hesitation. Her smile is so sincere it strikes me speechless.
Mayushi doesn't want to be a burden. When Mayushi was sad because of what happened to Granny, Okarin took me hostage, remember? That's why Mayushi always thought that whenever Okarin's sad, she could lend her strength to him, you know? Mayushi might not be useful, though.
Useful. Suddenly I remember. Mayushi's going to die tomorrow. I've been through it once before. She died protecting me, and her last words were,
Finally, Mayushi was useful to Okarin.
so this is what she meant.
I don't want to see you hurting.
分かった。
Very well. If that's how she feels, I'll tell her everything. I let go of Mayuri's hand and pat the sofa beside me.
ここに座るんだ。
Take a seat. Mayuri does as she's told.
Can I get some snacks?
お前は空気が読めないな。
This is serious, remember?
Oh, right.
Mayuri sits up straight with her hands folded in her lap.
Okay, ready.
これから話すことは
Everything I'm about to tell you is true. It's related to those dreams you had.
している。そして俺はこの後
I plan to sacrifice one of our friends for your sake.
お前のために
Okarin?
Anxiety clouds Mayuri's face, but I ignore it and take her chin in my fingers. The switch is already flipped inside of me. You will soon regret your curiosity, my dear. For the deeds of the great Hyo and Kyoma are many and terrible.
長期のマッドサイエンティストである法院京馬が行ってきた恐るべき所業の数々を聞いてな。
And so I begin, Speaking as the mad scientist whose foolish experiments brought everything to ruin. I start with the first raid on the lab. I tell Mayuri how Moeka had killed her. Next, I tell her about Suzuha and Faris, about Lukako and Moeka, FB and Nai. I describe their fates in every detail. And finally, I tell her about Kurisu. By sacrificing Makase Kurisu, I will embark upon a journey to a glorious new world! That was a lot to explain, and Mayuri kept asking questions, desperate to understand the strange concepts I was throwing at her. Thanks to that, the conversation went longer than expected. It's already getting late. And that is the plan, and most grand and devious of the insane mad scientist, Hyoin Kyoma! I call it Made in Heaven! Finally, it's over. Mayuri says nothing. She's staring at her hands, which are clenched into tiny, trembling fists. She looks ready to cry at any second. What's the matter? Mayuri shakes her head and bites her lip.
All the time you and Christian were hurting. She was making costumes like nothing was wrong.
This is when I suddenly realized that every voice is some variant of the Lukako voice, but whatever.
I feel so stupid. I didn't know anything.
Of course you didn't! That's how I planned it! Are you disappointed in me, Mayuri? I'm sorry, but this is who I am. I will do anything. Sacrifice anyone to accomplish my goals. Whether you like it or not, you're coming with me to the Beta World Line. You are my hostage. And you have no say in the matter. Let chaos descend upon the world. That is the choice of Steins Gate! Mayuri ignores my performance. She gets to her feet and lurches toward the door. I quickly grab her by the wrist. Where are you going?
I need to see Christian. Please, Ocarina. I have to talk to her.
There's no way I can refuse Mayuri's request. I contacted Kurisu. We arranged to meet on the UPX overpass at 4:30 in the morning. I was wondering why she wanted to meet so eagerly, but I understand once I see her. She's dragging a large suitcase.
Thanks for coming to see me off.
She faces us with a smile. Does that suitcase mean what I think it does?
Oh, yeah, it does.
You're going back to America? Kurisu nods.
I was supposed to go back at the beginning of the month, but then I ran into a certain mad scientist and ended up staying longer than planned. There's nothing else I can help you with anyway. And I don't want to be a liability.
Is she doing this for me? Or is she trying to outrun her fear? It's not my right to stop her. Even if I did, it wouldn't change anything. Today, as planned, I will crack Sun's database and move to the Beta World Line. I've made my decision. Mayuri is next to me, standing with her head hung.
What's wrong, Mayuri? Are you feeling sick?
I gently nudge her back. Come on, Mayuri. She takes one step, pauses for a second, and leaps on Kurisu with a cry.
What's going on? Mayushi doesn't want Christian to disappear.
Kurisu hears the desperate pleas in Mayuri's voice. She gives me a look that asks, "Did you tell her?" I silently nod.
Can't disappear. Not for Mayushi, okay?
Mayuri.
Mayushi doesn't want to live if Christian has to die.
I expected Mayuri might say that. It's absolutely essential that I remain firm. I feel bad for Kurisu, but it needs to be said. That's the way it has to be. I chose you, Mayuri. You have an obligation to live. Pain stabs through my heart. These words are reprehensible. Kurisu and I made a pact. She agreed to trade her life for yours. If the sacred covenant is broken, the world is doomed! I clench my fists tight to suppress my self-loathing. Don't put Kurisu's feelings to waste, Mayuri.
Thank you, Mayuri.
Kurisu wraps her arms around Mayuri's back, returning the hug.
But this was my decision too. I'm okay with it, really. Okabe loves you, you know.
What are you saying?
It's true, isn't it?
She gives me a mischievous smile.
Make him really sad if he died. You don't want him to be sad, do you? But if Christian goes away, it'll make Mayushi sad. Yeah, I know. It makes me sad too. If this was going to happen eventually, I'd have to go back to America sooner or later. So even if you move to another worldline, just think of me as being in America. It's practically the same thing. That's not the problem! I don't want Christian to disappear! Let's stop this, okay? Don't make Christian disappear!
Kurisu separates from Mayuri and gazes straight into her face.
You have to listen to us now, Mayuri.
She uses a gentle tone as if speaking to a child. Then she lightly bumps Mayuri on the head.
Okabe? Don't ever let go of her again.
I know.
Well, I'm off. Thank God I'll never have to see your silly face again.
She punctuates her insult with a smile. She's so cheerful now. A far cry from that shivering girl in the dark. To see her like this breaks my heart. I'm sorry. I repeat the words in my heart again and again, begging for forgiveness. Kurisu turns to go.
Go, Christian! Please don't go! Don't follow me!
She shouts over her shoulder. Mayuri freezes.
I don't want pity! It'll only make it worse! This is my decision. Nothing you can say can change my mind. Goodbye. Promise me, Mayuri. Promise me you'll find happiness.
With that, Kurisu walks away. Early morning Akihabara before the sunrise. The trains are just starting to run. She disappears into the station, dragging her suitcase behind her, alone. Mayuri falls to her knees, her face streaked with tears. As I approach, I hear her voice.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
You have nothing to apologize for. This decision was mine, and mine alone. Kurisu will disappear, for I chose not to save her. I chose to bring chaos to the world. You can't forgive me, can you, Mayuri? And hate me. But even then, you're staying with me to the very end. I've chosen to save you. I will let Kurisu die. So hate me, loathe me, curse my name. But I will not turn back. Nobody can stop me now. Mayuri slowly stands up. Then she buries her face into my chest, just like she did to Kurisu.
Tell me how you really feel.
How I really feel? Mayuri looks straight up into my eyes.
I want to know what's in your heart. Your honest feelings. Mayushi doesn't want to be a burden anymore.
You're not a burden. How can you think like that? This isn't about me. No, this is about me, actually. Because I want to save you. Because I can't bear to lose you.
Yeah. Thank you, okay. Thank you.
Mayushi tries her hardest to smile through her tears. And then, once again, she buries her face into my chest.
I've been having scary dreams lately. In those dreams, you always try to save me. They weren't dreams, were they? You were fighting to save Mayushi, weren't you? Ocarina? You know, Mayushi loves you. Mayushi can smile every day because you're there for me. Can we be together from now on, too?
Of course. I answer Mayuri with my embrace. How can you ask that? I don't want to be apart from you either.
Yeah. Mayushi will find happiness. Just like I promised Christian.
Yeah.
Let's be happy together.
We will.
Never let go of me.
I won't.
I'd love you forever.
Of course. The radiance of the rising sun pours out between the buildings. Daybreak. As the sky grows brighter, we remain in our embrace, as if to reassure each other that we are still here. The time has come. We will now commence the final phase of Operation Verthandi. Mayuri and Daru turn to me and nod. Today is the last day of Komama. Daru wanted to attend, of course, but with a little begging convinced him to prioritize the operation. Excuse me, I needed to hiccup for some reason. I take a look around the lab. These 20 days have seen a constant change. It's incredible to think at one point this lab had 8 whole members. And now we're back to 3. The memories we made. The experiences we shared. To save Mayuri, I will undo them all. There is sorrow in me. And guilt. I engrave them deep inside my heart. I'll never forget. I mustn't forget. These long, and yet short summer days. But still, I choose to erase our memories. I choose to return everything to normal. Suzua's mission is irrelevant. I'm not doing this for the future. I'm doing... As long as Mayuri lives, nothing else matters. Daru, you may begin. You sure? Yeah. Okie dokie. Daru starts typing on the IBM 5100. It's already connected to his main computer. This will get us into CERN's central database, where they keep the data they mine with Echelon. There, we will locate the first email I sent on July 28th and erase all trace of its existence. With this, I can reach the Beta world line. At last, Mayuri will be safe. I'm gonna say this right now, just for the record. There's a terrible, terrible part of me that is going, yeah, shit won't change, will it? They're going like, this won't change a thing. I'm already fearing that this won't change a thing, and I will have chosen to sacrifice Kurisu, and Mayuri will still die. I am terrified of what's about to happen. I look at Mayuri. She's sitting on the couch, staring straight as a ramrod, with her grandmother's pocket watch pressed to her ear. She stays still, with her eyes closed. When Mayuri wants to calm down, she listens to the sound of that pocket watch. Ever since we parted with Kurisu, Mayuri said nothing about my choice. I guess she's come to terms with it in her own way. The actual work I've left to Daru. No problem there. While waiting for him to finish, I walk into the development room. In the center of the room is the time leap machine. I squat down gently and brush my fingers against the microwave surface. It's cool to the touch. I made irreplaceable friends because of this thing. And because of this thing, I've hurt them. But I don't want to blame the tool. It's just how you use the tool that matters. And I've got to admit, it saved me more than once. But still. Once this is over, I'll destroy the time leap machine. I must never make the same mistakes again. Ocarina! I found it! It's really there! The D-mail I sent? It's there? Sure is, man. There are points of the string of characters. My name is there, followed by the message I wrote about Kurisu's death. 3 lines in total, each 12 characters long. This data led CERN to our doorstep. At FB's instruction, Mawaker and the Rounders attacked. If Suzuha is right, then by erasing the data we will escape from the Attractor Field Alpha, where CERN dominates the future. That will take us to Attractor Field Beta, to the Beta world line within its range of convergence, to a future without Mayuri's death. Mayuri is standing next to me, gazing intently at the monitor. She grasps my hand firmly. It's okay. She looks anxious, so I pat her on the head to calm down. Everything's set. One press of the enter key and that data's gone. Daru stands up and gestures to the open seat. I leave that honor to you, Ocarina. I sit down and face the keyboard. This time it ends. Kurisu's face floats through my mind. I close my eyes and take a deep breath. Goodbye, Kurisu. I slowly raise my right hand and extend my index finger. Victory is at hand! Daru twitches at my cry. With unimaginable brilliance and unwavering conviction, I have defeated a vast and powerful enemy, and now will stand triumphant on the field of Ragnarok! I give thanks to these comrades, whose sacrifice made this victory possible! One press of the key, and Kurisu will die. I firmly grip my coat at the shoulder, where it has been stitched together with jagged pink thread. The coming world is the world I wished for! I wished for Mayuri to live, and Kurisu to die. That is the truth, and I must never forget it. This is the choice of Steins Gate! This is the choice of Okabe Rintaro. El Sai Konguru! Let the world be reborn! You fucked up, that one was... Never mind. I swing down my finger and strike the enter key. Well, we did it. After a while, the spinning stops and the color gradually returns to the world. Reading Steiner activated. The world line has changed. I look around the room. Next to me is Daru. Behind me is Mayuri. I reach out to her and she takes my hand with a smile. Everything's where it should be. Looks like nothing's changed at all. I gently touch my coat's shoulder where Kurisu fixed the torn seam. It's gone. My coat isn't torn. The stitches, uneven from having been sewn in the dark, have disappeared. There's no trace of that ridiculous pink thread. I stand up and head to the development room. Underneath the table, the time leap machine. No. That's not the time leap machine. That's the foam wave, name subject to change. The upgrades Kurisu made are gone. Nothing's changed. This world is exactly the same. In all respects save one. Kurisu was never here. I thought I was prepared for this. But now I'm face to face with the cruel consequence of my decision. I feel powerless. Defeated. I want to cry.
What's wrong, Okurin?
Mayuri runs up and grabs my arm.
No.
Say, Mayuri, who was lab mem number 4 again? I need to ask. Even though I know what the answer will be.
Number 4? But Okurin, there's only 3 lab mems, remember? Okurin and Mayushi and Daru-kun.
The tears come. I crumple to my knees and cover my face with my hands. Yeah. Right. Our lab didn't have a 4th member. It never did. Their existence was rejected by the world.
Okurin? Something really sad happened, didn't it?
Mayuri rubs my back.
Mayushi's here for you, Okurin.
I embrace Mayuri. I stifle my voice and cry.
Okurin? Don't cry.
Please don't leave me, Mayuri. Please. Stay by my side forever. Forever. Mayuri tenderly strokes my head.
Mayushi will always be with you. Always. Just like this.
All traces of Kurasu's existence have vanished. This proves that I've returned to my original world line. This is the world I struggled to reach. The world Suzuha traveled through time to create. A world where the future is free. Nothing has changed, and yet, this is my utopia. Fucking hell. Oh, it's like Ocarina says. I knew this was going to happen. It doesn't make it hurt any less. Fuck. Oh, and I've got to do this on the flip side as well. Jesus fucking Christ. I've got to do this in reverse. I've got to save Kurisu now. Oh, why? Why is world cruel to me like this? Oh God, I am legit at a loss for words. Like, all I want to do is make grunting noises. Oh, I know what I want to talk about briefly, and it's about the next ending. Because I've been told that there's two left. There's the Kurisu ending and there's the true ending. And the true ending in the Kurisu ending are like kinda similar, or like slightly similar. Slightly similar. There might be slight similarities. Like, I was going to ask on a scale of like 1 to 10, like how different are we talking? Because I was debating just going for the true ending after this and skipping over the Kurisu one, because I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna have to play through. I'm gonna have to Stardust Sky. The night of the 17th has passed. The night of the 18th has passed, and Mayuri still didn't die. I've kept a close watch for 3 days since then. There have been no attacks, no accidents, no sign that anything might happen. That was enough to convince me that Mayuri is safe. Together with Daru, I destroyed the phone wave and the IBM 5100. Although we've lost the ability to send emails, there's a small price to pay to stay below CERN's radar. Tenyoji is downstairs in the Brawn Tube workshop, watching the TV on the 42-inch CRT like always. When I went to check out Radicon, I found it open for business as usual. The search of the internet turns up no information of a satellite crash. Instead, I found a small article in the local section of a newspaper dated July 28th. It was a report on Kurasu's murder. There was no follow-up. The culprit is still at large. According to Daru, the police have questioned me several times. It was I who discovered the body, after all. Of course, I don't remember any of that. At any rate, Mayuri's still alive. I've accomplished what I set out to do. It's over. Ocarine! Mayuri emerges from the ticket gate, waving her hand as she runs my way. She weaves through the gaps between shoppers and maids handing out leaflets. And when she gets to me, she looks at me with puppy dog eyes. Why are you crying? Mayuri doesn't answer. She just strokes my cheek. Gently. Silently. She's crying, but she doesn't seem sad. Rather, she seems overcome with emotion. Ocarine came to pick me up! Waited for Mayushi. I'm so happy! Don't get so happy over every little thing. Mayuri wipes away her tears, making room for her shy, innocent smile.
So Mayushi class changed from hostage to girlfriend, right?
Indeed.
I have no idea how to respond to such an embarrassing question. But she's right. Mayuri and I are officially a couple. After these long, painful 20 days, I've finally noticed how important Mayuri is to me. Plus, she told me that she loved me.
Thank goodness. It wasn't just a dream.
Let's get going already. I'm gonna die standing in this heat. I start walking without waiting for Mayuri's response.
The lab's hot too, isn't it?
At least we got a fan. And besides, I'm thirsty. Gotta get my daily dose of Dr. P. Why does that sound like an innuendo when you phrase it like that? It's Sunday. Despite the heat, I see plenty of shoppers, laden with bags, enjoying themselves on the streets of Akiba. I suddenly feel a void in my heart. Nothing about this town has changed. Yet it feels like something is missing from my life. No doubt it's the gap that was left by Kurisu. But there's no such thing as a perfect future. That is a fantasy that nobody can realize. I mustn't forget. This is the future I wished for, fought for, and won. I have what is most important to me. Mayuri. I should be thankful for that. I am blessed far beyond the common man. I look beside me and realize that Mayuri's not there. I turn around. She's not there either. Mayuri? She's gone. She's always like this. Sometimes she just wanders off. Anxiety seizes my heart. I promised she would never leave me. This world line is worthless without her. Mayuri! Mayuri! I shout her name at the top of my lungs. I search for her in the crowd, but it's too thick to see. Mayuri! Mayuri!
Over here!
I turn around and see Mayuri running toward me. In her hands is shaved ice.
You said you were hot, remember? I thought it'd be nice to eat something cold.
I'm thankful you still got a job, Mayuri. Don't scare me like that. I feel so relieved. I want to embrace that small body of hers. But we're in public, so I stop myself. I take the shaved ice and hold my empty hand out to Mayuri. Hold my hand.
Okay.
Mayuri takes my hand. Her slender fingers intertwine with mine. Let's save the shaved ice for when we get back to the lab. It's too hard to eat while walking.
But what melts?
If it melts, it melts.
Well, I guess you're right. Can't eat if we're holding hands anyway.
Tell you, this light here, lewd as fuck. I won't let go. I won't ever let you go.
Mayushi won't let go either.
Mary puts a little more strength into her grip. Love for her fills my heart. Suddenly, Mayuri looks up at Radicon.
Ocarine? Is it possible to dream when you're awake?
When you're awake? You mean a daydream?
Is that what it's called? You're so smart. I don't know who it was, but Mayushi feels like she had a very important friend.
What?
Whenever I think about that important friend, my heart hurts. Like, you know?
Oh, I know. I know, Mayuri.
And sometimes I hear a voice.
声
A voice?
The voice tells me to find happiness.
Ah. All that was undone. I erased those memories. Sacrificed them.
I wonder if that voice is the reason Mayushi's with Ocarina now.
Perhaps everybody remembers their experience from other world lines. Those memories may be vague and tenuous, but they're there. They speak to us in the form of dreams, visions, and deja vu.
If I ever meet that person, I want to tell them thanks.
I'm not the only one who remembers.
I just wonder who it was.
きっと
Must have been God.
神様だ
Thanks, God. Mayushi's really happy.
Mayuri looks up. She reaches out to the sky like always. She shakes hands with the stardust twinkling beyond the coat of blue. I look up too, to hold back the tears. And on we walk, hand in hand. Stardust sky completed. Everything hurts! Everything hurts! Oh, God. Oh, why? Why? Why is this so... Why is this visual novel so fucking perfect? Oh, God. And I'm not even done. But, yeah, as I was saying before, I had to head back into the everything. Did I... Oh, no, I missed one. Huh. I know there are optional scenes I need to actually, like, work on to actually, like, get, but... Yeah, as I was saying, oh God, that's the last thing I want to be reminded of. Yeah, like, when... I know where I need to go and make the choices to start working towards the true ending. It's just, on a scale of, like, 1 to 10, how different are we talking? Is it from the true ending? Because... I was debating only showing the true ending on here and doing the Cursive one on my own time, but if you want to see me do the Cursive ending and the true ending, even if they're very similar, then please, by all means, let me know. Anyway, I'd say thank you all for watching, and I'm going to. I make it sound like I'm done. I'm nowhere near done. I got 2 more fucking endings to go through. Also, like, I'm not entirely sure what's going to be different. Or, like, when shit starts diverging. So, yeah, there is, that. Like, if it's just, like, chapter 10 that it diverges at, then I'll do that, and maybe I'll try and get some of the optional scenes along the way to show off. Because there are other achievements and shit to get. Yeah, this one's called Stardust Sky, which is what chapter 10 was called. Which is why I'm thinking that if I end up doing the Kurisu route, it might be a different name for chapter 10. Or a different chapter 10. Oh, goddamn no. Anyway. Thank you all for watching these past couple episodes of Steins Gate. If you like the chapter in any capacity, please give the video a like down below. Leave a comment on. As I've said, mostly it's about the difference between the Kurisu ending and the true ending. Like, if I should show them both, or if I should just go for the true ending. Other than that, if you want to keep up to date with whenever I post videos, be they of this, No More Heroes 2, Pokemon Shield, or whatever comes after those, there's a chance that... Actually, no. No, I was going to say there's a chance that when I post this, Pokemon Shield might be done. I don't think so. It has been finished recording, but it's not done. Persona 5R comes out soon anyway, so that's in the pipeline. It's meant to be replacing this, but I feel like I'm going to be here for a little while longer, but that's by the by. As I was saying, if you want to keep up to date with whenever I post videos, be they of whatever, please consider subscribing to the channel. In theory, YouTube sends you alerts as to when I post videos, but failing that, you made me feel good by making the number go up. So, thanks for doing that. Anyway, thank you all for watching. I've been Nix. And if y'all don't mind, I'm gonna cry myself to sleep. Laters.